Wonderful morning to viewers across the world. It's Ayo Adams on the sports segment of the weekend show. And club football is back, and it's been an exciting preparation for the club football to return. Also an exciting preparation for the Champions League opening week. And just over the week, FIFA released the nominations for the FIFA Best Awards. And according to FIFA, the nominations were prepped and began to come in days just after the FIFA World Cup ended. We'll walk you through some of the nominees that were pegged together by FIFA, a couple of them just yesterday, which was released yesterday. We're going to start with the men's best nominees for the FIFA Best Awards. We have Julian Alvarez of Argentina and Lionel Messi were also pegged in the rankings for the FIFA Best. Marcelo Brozovic of Inter Milan, they made it to the finals of the Champions League. Kevin De Bruyne with Manchester City in the treble-winning team. Undoubtedly, you must have Kevin De Bruyne pegged in that lineup. We also have Ilkay Gundogan, the captain of the winning team of the Champions League, pegged on with Erling Haaland, scoring over 50 goals for Manchester City over the last season. We also have Rodri, who scored the final goal, the goal for Manchester City in the final at the Champions League final, was also part of the nominees. Vishka Kvaratskhelia, I mean, it is his name, the Georgian's name is one that is quite difficult to pronounce for a lot of people. Vishka Kvaratskhelia was also pegged in the lineup for the nominees. And our very own Victor Osimhen, congratulations message going out to Victor Osimhen once again for being nominated amongst the FIFA Best. This young footballer has been breaking boundaries across the world. On the women's side, we also have Aitana Bonmati. She was the best player that just concluded FIFA Women's World Cup, but she was brilliant across last season, pegged across our counterpart, youngster Linda Caicedo of Real Madrid and also plays for Colombia, Caitlin Ford, Maureen Fowler, Alex Greenwood, Jennifer Hermoso, Linda Horan, Lauren James, Sam Kerr, and a lot more others were also pegged on the FIFA nominees list for the men's and the women's list. Let's now move on to the other list that was also announced for FIFA Best Women's Coach. FIFA Best Women's Coach, we have Peter Gerhardsen, Jonathan Giraldes, Tony Gustavsson, Emma Hayes, Serena Wigman. And for the men's part, we have Pep Guardiola, Simeon Inzaghi, Ange Postecoglou, Lucian Spalletti, and Xavi Hernandez. Some of these coaches listed here won the title for their season. Well, that's all for the FIFA Best. Let's now move to the Champions League. Exciting scenes across the world as football fans are excited that the biggest European championship has now returned to the scenes. We have the UEFA Champions League the UEFA Champions League opening week and opening round. It's now happening on Tuesday and Wednesday, respectively. Match day 1 on 19th of September will kick off with AC Milan playing Newcastle, which in one of the most exciting games people are actually, excited to watch. AC Milan will play Newcastle, where we're going to see Sandro Tonali returning home. Young Boys will take on Leipzig, and Barcelona will be hosting Antwerp at home. Feyenoord will play Celtic. Lazio takes on Atletico Madrid, while Manchester City, defending champions, will take on Real Star Belgrade. Paris Saint-Germain will be home hosting Borussia Dortmund, the black yellow boys, and Shakhtar Donetsk will be taking on Porto. On Wednesday, we also have some other blockbuster matches coming up on Wednesday. Galatasaray will be playing Copenhagen. Real Madrid will be hosting Union Berlin. Arsenal, returning after 6 years, will be housing PSV Eindhoven. Bayern Munich will be hosting Manchester United. Before then, we hope the Manchester United fans will be able to see if their house and affairs will be in order before they go away to Bayern Munich. It will be a tough ground to go to. Benfica will be playing Salzburg, Braga will be playing Napoli, Real Sociedad will take on Inter Milan, and Sevilla will be hosting Lens. Well, a couple of teams are missing in this peg lineup. Well, it's not because they are missing because they are not there, it's because they were not able to qualify, namely teams, such as Chelsea were not able to make the Champions League this season. We'll look out how Chelsea will perform this season, not playing in the European Championship. The Europa League and Europa Conference League will also commence on Thursday, respectively, across Europe. Well, that's all we have for you on the sport headlines. Now let's move to our topic of the day. Today we'll be talking to a guest who's returning as a guest on the weekend show, talking about running as a way of life. Running is more than just a sport. It's a journey, passion, and way of life. It's a symphony of sweat, determination, and the relentless pursuit of pushing our limits. To some, it might seem like a simple act of putting one foot in front of the other, but to those who embrace it, running is a beautiful and transformative experience with various physical, social, and mental benefits. Returning to the weekend show to give us his insight and lowdown about running as a way of life. We have Huwa Kekanem, who is an American certified trainer and also the founder of Abuja Run Club. Good morning, Mr. Khan. Running as a way of, you were also running late.
Yes, literally running late. Apologies for
That's great. Let's go straight into it. You know, every single time, you know, when we talk about running as a sport, you know, people look at it as, why do people run? And, you know, that's a question that we always ask ourselves. Why do people run?
People run to run away from mental health issues, to run away from their problems. I always like to make that joke because oftentimes when you hear people talk about running, it's usually it's like a meditative experience. And some people see that they're very good at it, and those are the people who end up becoming, you know, athletes and professionals in the sport. But running is it's a mind-body experience. It's not only about your body, it's also about your mind, because sometimes you're on a 10-kilometer run, 5-kilometer run, and you are just focused on the finish line. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it feels like, oh my goodness, why am I doing this? But you finish and you feel great. The good feelings actually come at the finish line. So yes, running is just an amazing.
All right. If I could take your mind back to the years when Abuja Run Club was founded, you know, it's been a gradual process. You can also still peg it to running. You know, it's a developmental process. You know, a step-by-step process. You know, you take this, you take that, and then from 5 members to 10 to 20 now to having a group of people who are committed to this outfit and to this experience. You know, walk us through the developmental process. How have you been able to bring people together? You know, and just what you just mentioned. You know, it's quite hard for some people to wake up in the morning and say, I want to run today. But some people have been able to cultivate the habit. What needs to be done to get that habit in order? That's one. 2, if someone who doesn't want to run, you know, how do you, let me use the word, ginger them?
Right. Like you said, it's been a journey, and it's actually like running. It's like getting up in the morning. The growth of Abuja Run Club is actually like getting up in the morning to run. At the beginning, you have to warm up. Sometimes you're wondering, how do I get on this journey? But sometimes you don't even know how the road is going to be. You only have the finish line in your head. And for us, the finish line is creating a community of people who want to come together and stay active physically. And that's basically what we focus on during the whole journey, during the run, picking up our shoes every morning, every Saturday morning, waking up early at 5:30, 6 o'clock to come run. We wanted to create a community of runners who motivate each other to cross finish lines. Like right now, I'm speaking of this, and someone comes to my mind who started off running 5 kilometers. And now she's running 21 kilometers in a matter of five months. So she got that motivation from the group, and now she's running. And it's basically, yes, runners running Abuja Run Club, because it's not only myself running the whole thing, it's also other people running the whole thing.
All right, now let's come back to a group. The last time you were here when we talked about running as a group, you mentioned that, you know, you must not leave a man behind.
Yes.
And another thing, and then before certain things that become more competitive, before they become more of a community space and experience, there must be a certain goal that's been set. Which brings me to this question of mine about the half marathon, which was done a couple of months before. Now it's coming up all over again, and it takes a lot of dedication for people. You know, we've probably seen the Okpekpe Marathon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Then there's the one they do in Lagos with Access Bank and the rest of them. So now, you know, Abuja is such a place where some of these things don't happen. How excited are you that you're creating a platform for people to, you know, have a goal? And most importantly, some people love competitive nature. Let me take football for instance. Some people don't like to play football when it's not competitive. So the half marathon, what was the idea behind bringing this marathon into play? And, you know, tell us about it.
Yes, so the Abuja Run Club half marathon, it's tagged Run Well. And it's really about, let's say, double, triple entendre about running well, not only your mind and your body, and running for a cause. Because what we do in Abuja Run Club is not only running for physical activity's sake, it's also running for social causes. So it is you making sure that your run means something. Speaks something to people, to your community and everyone around you. So this Abuja Run Club Half Marathon, it's basically to create that awareness of physical activity and the good physical activity can do to you and to your community. If you go abroad, you see that there's a lot of running, activities, like
Yeah.
there's a running community going on
Yeah.
there. And we are privileged to be among the few who are bringing that culture up. It can save your life, it can save your mental health, it can save your community if you actually get out there and run. So basically what we are trying to do is to invite people to come and run well. Run for yourself, run for your family, run for your community, or run for a cause. Like today we have a run for the environment. I just left there and came over here. So we run for environment, we're running and picking up trash. We plug in Nigeria, so we're plugging, so it's called plugging, you jump and pick up trash.
That's nice.
So that's something we're doing today. So we do all of those things. The other time we ran to end period poverty. So every kilometer we run, I'm sure you
I saw that. I
So
saw that.
every kilometer you run, we dedicate some money to that kilometer as a group. So that's the joy of running. And that's what we're doing now. So we want people to come, get to build this community together, because what we're doing right now is building the community.
Yeah, most definitely.
We don't have the community of runners yet.
But it's getting there.
It's getting there. So the half marathon is just to bring like minds, people who are focused on their physical activity, who want to improve their physical activity, and we're going to be there and see people who you can share that energy from, and hopefully we create that habit amongst everyone.
Any added incentive though? Are people winning anything for running?
Yes.
For running well?
Yes. Actually, there's going to be 100,000 naira for the first winner, male and female. 70,000 for the second winner, male, female.
Oh, that's nice.
But that's only for the half marathon.
That's only for the half marathon.
Yeah, not the 10, because we had the 10K, just in case you can't run the half marathon, you can get the 10K in.
All right.
Yeah.
So
now, yes, and medals. We're going to win medals. You're going to get a nice T-shirt, but you have to register first.
You have to register first.
Website.
Okay. Yeah. We'll come to that when we're rounding. And just my final question here, and that's because of, first of all, let me commend the fact that you took it from just running as a recreational sport or as a recreational experience. You've turned it into a social cause, a mental cause that people now see purpose in it. And you're telling somebody who is relatively not interested in running, you say, I'm running for period poverty. And they're quite interested in running to plug in and to pick up trash. They're quite interested, running to end this, and quite interested. So who should run and who should not run? Because it's a very, very important question.
That's an important
yes, who should run? I remember one time, I went to see my physician, and she took my blood pressure, and she says, do you play football? Like I said, yes. She says, okay. Do you know certain people are not supposed to play football because of certain things? I'm like, but it's a sport. So are people restricted from running, and why shouldn't they run?
Okay, I will speak from different points of view. All right, I would say as a coach, I like to say everybody is designed to run. Everybody. I mean, if we were back in the ancient times, the Stone Ages, and you had to, there was a lion trying to attack you, what would you do? You would have to run. You have to run. So your body was designed to run. So it was the person who could run fastest that would survive. So everybody is designed to run. But then also as a professional, you need to advise people that you have to get screening from your doctor before you run. But the good thing about physical exercise and cardiovascular activity like running is that it strengthens your vascular system. That doesn't mean your muscle, your heart, and your veins, all of those things. It strengthens it and it makes you much healthier. So if you have trouble with your cardiovascular system, it's not good advice to tell people not to run. You just know how to adjust into the running. And that's why in our club, we have Tuesdays where we actually teach interval running. So you walk and you run, so you get comfortable.
Like baby steps.
Yes, baby steps. Get comfortable with the, exertion of running. Yes.
All right, wonderful. You must run well, and to run, it's a gradual process to run. It takes a developmental process. You didn't just wake up one morning and decide that I want to start running, and you start running, and so you don't collapse on the road. Mr. Khan here from Abuja Run Club has mentioned that it's a gradual process, and you must imbibe by it. A certain models and chain that you take before you get there. They are also running for certain causes. The half marathon is happening next week. Next week, am I correct? 23rd, happening next week, 23rd. Sorry. If you're interested, you can find them at, where can they find you?
AbujaRunClub.com.
AbujaRunClub.com.
AbujaRunClub.com. You'd find us there. You can register there. The deadline was supposed to be today, but because of this,
We extend it.
yeah, we're going to extend it to.
Kudos to the weekend show on AIT.
Yes, to Wednesday. So
All right.
please register as soon as you can. We also have some promo codes going on around.
You can send that to us, and we'll put it up on our
yes,
platform and
yes,
have people
yes,
follow that up.
So we have some promo code. Akas Abuja is a promo code. You
Okay.
can use ARCERS Abuja together. You can use that as a promo code if you
All right.
want a discount. So yes,
That's it.
our gift to you.
Yeah, that's the gift from Abuja Run Club to our viewers watching across the world. Thank you very much, Mr. Khan, for shedding your light. And kudos to all the Abuja Run Club members, for putting this together, and to all your community too. Well, it's a wrap on the weekend show. And just like I said, I'll restate it all over again. They're extending the registration deadline, courtesy of the weekend show, till Wednesday for you to register for the half marathon happening next weekend. You have promo codes. We'll put them on our platform so you are able to, tag, and, you're able to touch on it and, register for the half marathon. My name is Ayo Adams. There is still more coming on the weekend show. Stay tuned.